I'm sorry, Della. But from now on, I'll be taking Kai from you, okay?
What kind of reason is that? The two of you get back here right now. I don't even get why you think texting me something like that was such a good way to try and end things. I am not going to let you off the hook, Remy.
I don't really care if you're okay with this or not. That's why I think the two of us should just calm down now.
But you just took your older sister's fiancé from her. Why the hell would you do something so horrible to me? For how long even have the two of you been dating behind my back?
We only just started going out with each other. Kai and his friends came into the bar I've been working part-time at, and after talking for a little while, they asked me to join them for drinks after my shift finished, and so I did. And then from there, the two of us started to really get into one another, and that's how we started dating.
What?
Maybe I'm the reason some stick in the mud like you ended up losing your fiancé and chance at marriage. I'm sure once he got a taste of me and my fantastic character, he no longer needed you around. You should be thankful that I was able to save him from your grips when he was looking for something a bit more colorful with another woman.
Excuse me?
I'm gonna be honest. I've always hated the idea of you. You were the more serious of us two, and Mom and Dad always seemed to care more about you. You did so well in high school and in college, and always ended up finishing at the top. And when it came to you finding a job, you landed a spot in a very large and still growing company. And even after all of that, you decided to find a man that was going to marry you? That's disgusting to me. So, for the longest time, I just thought it'd be nice if at least once I could do better than you.
You're kidding me. That's going to be a reason for stealing my fiancé away from me?
Well, to be frank, I didn't think this would work out so well for me. But Kai turned out to be a lot more into me than I was expecting. I think that he really wasn't happy with the effort you put into the relationship you guys had before.
Huh?
All I had to do was show him a little lovin', and he immediately told me that he loved me. He said that I'm way more cute than you and know how to have fun. He then said that if he had to choose who to make his wife, he'd rather have me over you.
What?
And I've been hearing from both Mom and Dad that they want me to hurry up and find a life of my own outside their house. So now that I have your man with me, I'll be leaving. I'll make sure to do what you never could and make Kai one big and happy man for you.
Hey, Kai, do you really plan to just throw away the plans you and I had together? Are you really okay with running away with Remy and starting a life with her?
Yeah, I plan on marrying Remy now. But having to marry your little sister after saying I would marry you, I don't think that'll go over well with your guys' parents. And so that's why I think the two of us are going to stay away from you guys forever and have our wedding.
We have been dating for 5 years, and I was so happy to have you finally propose to me. So why the hell would you throw me away like this? Was there something so wrong with me that it'd make you choose that path?
Well, there was, yeah. If you want me to make this blunt, I'd say that dating you always tired me out a lot. You were always way too serious about everything. I was fine with that at first, but being with someone as perfect as you started to put loads of pressure on me.
Huh?
You ended up graduating from a university far better than mine, and with all the work you've found, you're making way more than me in a year. And when it comes to your cooking and cleaning, you're just too perfect. You've even started to diet for the wedding we had planned on, and you've lost 15 pounds. Being next to someone that is so perfect and does everything right, it's tough.
You're saying that's all been tough on you? I remember you telling me something completely different when we started dating. You said that you liked all those things about me, right? You would always cheer me on doing so well, but now you're saying that was too much for you?
Of course, when we started going out, I really liked all of that about you. But come on! You being that perfect just wore me out. It made me feel like I was never good enough for you and just a mess, and it always hurt me thinking that way.
Really?
If maybe you were bad at cooking or maybe didn't do chores that well, at least then I would have accepted you more as wife material.
Hold on, Kai. You told me a while back that you didn't like my cooking or the way I did chores, so I went through all the hard work to make myself perfect for you. And now you're saying you don't like that and want me to have some weak points? I went through days and weeks of learning how to do better and how to cook all the meals you liked. And now you're telling me I've been doing too well and that it's tired you out? You can't say things like that to me, Kai.
Shut up! I don't expect for you to understand how I'm feeling right now. Unlike you, my education is less, and the money I make is less. Can't you see that living in your shadow for years now has made me feel insignificant?
Kai.
So unlike you, your little sister is perfect for being at my side. No matter where I take her, she always praises me for taking her to places she's never seen before. Whenever I do anything with her, she's so cute and tells me how well I'm doing, lol. Even when I just take her out to eat fast food, she'll say how happy she is that I'm paying for her, lol. I guess men can never resist a woman that actually looks up to them as though they're the man of the house, lol.
I see. So you never got any of those reactions from me then, huh?
When it comes to a married couple, the love they show for each other goes both ways. But when one is perfect compared to the other, they begin to tire the other one out. Lol. I'm happy that you and I were able to be together, but now that I've seen just how perfect you are, I think you'd be better off by yourself so that you can continue to be better than everyone else. Lol. See you, lol.
Della, I plan on coming back to Mom and Dad's new house that you guys ended up getting today. And so I plan on also taking over your room, okay? I'm sure with the place being newly built and everything, that new room is going to be so modern and all.
Wait, Remy?
I saw that while Kai and I have been away from everyone, you ended up going back to Mom and Dad's new house, right? So that must mean you've been living in what will soon be my bedroom while I've been gone, right? I'd like for you to give me my room back now. I'm sorry, but it's time for you to leave their house. I'll be needing that room back by today.
Wait a second, Remy. Why are you coming back here now? The whole reason that Mom and Dad brought me back to live with them here in this new house of theirs is because they were completely shocked by the way you ran off with Kai and married him. Yet, now you think you can come back and live here?
Well, actually, Kai and I have split up. A couple things happened between us that aren't really important now. But that's why I'll be coming home now.
You guys broke up? But didn't you tell me the whole reason you took him from me was because you made him so much happier? I heard that you guys had even already gotten married to each other and everything.
Well, I found out that he wasn't as happy with me as I'd first thought. And so that's why the two of us got a divorce.
What?
I mean, Kai turned out to be a bit more of a handful than I first thought he'd be. If I didn't tell him how happy I was about him every other moment that we were together, he'd get all upset with me and throw a fit. And he'd even start getting all childish and say that because he didn't make me happy anymore, he'd no longer pay for my food at restaurants, even though we were married. So after a little bit of dealing with his attitude, I just couldn't do it anymore.
And that's the reason for you to getting a divorce?
Also, you'd think that because I'm so cute and he was able to get a young wife like me, he'd work harder to make more money for us, right? Well, after 3 years, he still wasn't making any more than he was when we first met. I thought that if he could be with someone as amazing as you, he'd at least be able to make a lot of money himself. Yet he never once got a raise or anything, so I told him it was over.
And so you think you can just casually come home and take this house from me now? I can't believe you're not even embarrassed by any of that.
Huh? Why would I be embarrassed? There's tons of people that return to their parents' house after getting divorced. However, in my case, my room has been taken over by you. I can't believe you'd do something like that to me.
The only one I can't believe is you. Mom, Dad, and myself have no plans of ever forgiving you for what you did. So go out and find a place to live at by yourself because you're not welcome back here.
I can't. I don't even have the money right now to get a place of my own. And while living together with Kai for a while, I began to miss the easy life I had back with Mom and Dad. When I didn't have parents around to do all the cooking and cleaning for me, it felt like a nightmare. So that's why I'll definitely be coming back home.
I should have known you'd be that self-centered.
And that's why I chose to sell most of your things, and I'll be using the money to take care of my shopping.
Wait, you sold my things? Wait! Where the hell are you right now, Remy? I thought you told me you were only just starting to come back home, right?
Huh? Actually, I've been at the new house for a little bit now. I saw that you guys had that new auto lock installed on the house and all, but the back sliding door was open, so I chose to let myself in. And then I went right to your room and put them all on social media, and they've sold.
What?
And so with that, I'd like you to go live on your own now. You don't even have a room here anymore. And I'm sorry, but I had all my things delivered here today, so I'm already unpacking.
But I have been living on my own already.
Huh?
I still don't understand why you'd break into the house on your own, and then end up selling all the things in that room. There really is no hope left for a child like you.
Wait, so you've already gone back to living on your own again? That's strange. I heard that after losing your fiancé, you ended up moving back in with Mom and Dad.
That's right, and to keep Mom and Dad from worrying about you and me, I did end up going home to them and their new house. But right after that, we chose to sell that house and move out.
Huh? You sold the house?
And then after we'd done that, I went back to living on my own again. Mom and Dad went and moved into a condo, and that's where they're living at the moment.
What the heck? I never knew about any of that. Why would you guys sell that place without ever telling me?
Shut the hell up, Remy. It's your fault in the first place that we chose to never speak to you about anything ever again.
Huh? Why are you blaming me for this?
The story of you and Kai running away from us after you stole him from me started to spread around the neighborhood. And then they'd always come to us about it, and it was completely embarrassing. No matter what we tried to do or where we tried to go, everyone was talking about how we did something wrong to upset you two, and that's why you ran. And since we could never get anyone to shut up about you guys, we had to end up running ourselves.
Wow! So that all happened while I was gone, huh?
We thought that at some point everyone would just leave us alone and we could wait until then. But over time, more and more people would come by and say things to us, and it was driving us mad. Luckily, at the time we all were fed up, Dad was able to get his retirement, and we were able to sell that house.
Is that so?
And because of that, I chose to go back to living on my own. And Mom and Dad wanted to relax somewhere far away, and that's why they chose to move into a condo resort.
Huh? Wait a minute. So the things that I chose to sell have nothing to do with you?
That's right. None of us live in that house anymore.
Well then, whose things did I end up selling and throwing away? It's none of your things, and you guys ended up selling this place. Whose things were all of those?
I have no clue. We left that house to be sold by the realtors. I heard that they might have turned to renting the house out. Maybe those things that were in there belonged to the realtors or something like that. But Mom and Dad and I have no idea who's living there now.
Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap! So that means that I've just broken into the house and sold the things of someone I don't know? I really just did something that I really shouldn't have done, right?
Yeah. Normally, that'd be something that the police would have to get involved with, and that's why I took the liberty of calling them for whoever owns that house. I think that both the police and the realtors will be showing up there soon now, so just hang tight and stay quiet so that they can handle everything for you.
What? You're lying about calling the police on me, right? Did you really just sell me out to the police?
I can't just look away from a crime, and so I'll be going now.
Della, it's been a while. Are you doing all right for yourself?
Oh, hi, Kai. I'm doing all right here, but I'd assume you're in need of help? I heard about it already from Remy, but the two of you got divorced?
Yeah, I was finally able to get away from her, and things feel a whole lot better. Being married to Remy was the worst experience of my life. I honestly wonder why I even chose to marry her in the first place.
Huh?
At first, I thought it was cute how she always relied on me for everything. But things never changed between us, and she never got any better. She'd never work her job, and she'd barely be able to get any of the housework done. That whole time, it just felt as though I was the one doing everything. Having to live with someone like that really burned me out.
But wasn't that the kind of marriage you wanted? After all, you didn't want to have to marry someone as perfect as me, right? That's the reason you said you loved Remy, and you ran off with her to get married.
Well, I've finally realized what happened there. I was too naive at the time to realize that I really should have stayed with someone that was better than me. In reality, I have always still loved you, actually. So please, Della, can you and I get married?
What?
I'm sorry for hurting you 3 years ago. I really must have left you with sad memories of the day Remy and I ran away from you and your family. But I promise from now on that I'll make all of that up to you by making you the happiest girl. I'll show you that I can be a man that doesn't create stupid situations and cause you embarrassment. And I will never again say something as selfish as you being too perfect for me and tiring me out. So please marry me.
I'm sorry. I have my wedding tomorrow.
What? Your wedding? You're gonna be getting married tomorrow then?
Yes, I started going out with an awesome man, and so we're getting married. He's even the kind of man that respects all the effort I've put into becoming who I am, and strives to become perfect himself. He told me that he wants to be with me, not only because he loves me, but because he sees my achievements as something he wants to set as his own goals.
No, that guy is definitely lying to you. I'm sure he'll just end up like me from the past and leave you right before the wedding. I think if you plan to get married, you should come back to me.
Thank you for worrying about me, but I'll be fine. The man I'm with now graduated from the same college as me, and he's even started working within the same company as me too.
What?
Unlike you, he seems to enjoy being with me and only feels the pressure to fight as hard as I do to succeed. And when I told him about the reasons why you left me for Remy, he started to burst out laughing about you. He said you had all the wrong reasons for feeling pressured. I just had to tell him that you were a pathetic man, lol.
What? Excuse me?
He even told me that even if either one of us begins to make far more than the other, he'd never let that be a reason to leave me. He said that having someone close to him that was strong enough to make large amounts of money makes him feel so happy inside. And that'll be the man that I marry tomorrow.
Wait, Della. I've finally come around to noticing that as well. So don't you think it'd be easier to come back to me?
I'm gonna say no thank you. Well, now I have to start getting myself prepared for the wedding tomorrow. Have a good one, Kai.
What am I going to do, Della? I was just given a bill from the realtors asking for me to pay them back $30,000 for all the things I sold. They are telling me that if I don't get the money to them soon, that I'll be taken away by the police.
Wait, you still haven't gone to jail yet? Those are some really kind realtors then.
They aren't kind at all. They're asking for $30,000. How would I ever be able to just have that kind of money laying around right now?
But you have the money from selling other things, as well as the money from the divorce, right? That should be enough to pay it all off.
Well, if it's not too much to ask, can you help me out with this a little? You're working for a large company with a huge salary right now, right? So you should already have a lot saved up in your savings, right?
I do, but I'm not going to help you.
Then can you at least tell me where Mom and Dad moved to so that I can go see them? I tried yesterday to call both of them, but for some reason neither of them picked up. I really just want to go back to living with them. I want to live together with Mom and Dad again.
But you showed us that you wanted to be away from them for the rest of your life when you ran away with Kai. You told the both of them to shut up and just let you go. Yet now you're asking for them to take you back in after all you did? I don't get it. Especially when it was all your fault for even having us sell our old house.
Well, that was...
Well, I guess if you'd like, you can go talk with them. But I remember them both telling me very clearly that they don't want to see you anymore. They are both telling me that now, actually, as we speak.
Right now? So you guys are all together right now?
Well, yeah, today's the day of my wedding, right? They're here right now to celebrate the wedding of their only daughter, after all.
What? You're getting married today?
Because of you taking that dirtbag Kai away from me, I was able to find a much more appropriate man for me to live with. So I have to say thank you for that. But since you stole my fiancé from me, I will never be forgiving you. Now, have a great time with the police. You don't have the money, so you might as well make it easy for everyone and go to jail. After that, Remy went to anyone and everyone she could find, pleading for help with her financial troubles. She approached old friends, co-workers, and even distant relatives, anyone who might have a spare dollar to lend. It was an act of desperation, her voice trembling as she explained the mess she was in and how badly she needed the money to get out of it. From what I've heard, she managed to collect just enough to temporarily resolve the immediate crisis. But of course, this wasn't without its consequences. Many people only gave her money reluctantly, their faces filled with doubt as they handed over small bills. Some outright refused, chastising her for her poor decisions or pointing out that they had their own struggles to deal with. Despite the humiliation she endured, Remy somehow scraped together enough to pay off the debt collectors who were breathing down her neck. But the relief was short-lived. She had to hand over every cent she had gathered, leaving her with nothing to live on. That's how she ended up stuck working nights at a local bar in town, a job she absolutely detested. The bar wasn't exactly a classy establishment either. It was one of those places where the floor always seemed sticky, the jukebox played the same tired songs, and the regulars were rowdy and prone to causing trouble. Remy worked there every single day of the week, often pulling long shifts that left her physically and emotionally drained. She had no days off, no breaks to recover, and no escape from the monotonous grind of pouring drinks, cleaning up messes, and dealing with drunk patrons who sometimes got a little too handsy or confrontational. It was a miserable existence, but she had no choice. It was the only way she could keep herself afloat, at least for the time being. Rumors began to swirl around town about her situation, and none of them were good. Word spread that everything she'd been through was really starting to take its toll on her. People whispered that she looked more exhausted and disheveled with each passing day. Some said she had started gambling again, clinging to the hope of a miraculous win that could solve all her problems. The irony was almost cruel. Gambling was what had landed her in trouble in the first place, and now it seemed to be dragging her even deeper into the abyss. Apparently, she was visiting seedy casinos and back-alley poker games whenever she had the chance, desperately chasing that elusive lucky hit. But luck wasn't on her side. She kept losing, and with every loss, her debt only grew. It was a vicious cycle. She gambled to escape her stress, lost more money, and then felt even more stressed as her financial situation worsened. To make matters worse, Remy took on another job to make a little extra cash. This time, she started working at a strip club. The decision wasn't an easy one. She had wrestled with it for days, feeling ashamed and conflicted about what it might mean for her reputation. But in the end, she felt she had no other choice. The bills were piling up, and the bar job alone wasn't cutting it. The strip club was even grittier than the bar, and the atmosphere there was far from glamorous. The lights were dim, the music loud, and the clientele often made her feel unsafe. Remy forced herself to smile and act confident, but deep down, she hated every second of it. She kept telling herself it was just temporary, that she would quit as soon as she saved up enough money to get back on her feet. But with her gambling problems spiraling further out of control, the extra cash she earned never seemed to last long. She was always just one bet away from what she believed would be her big break, and that belief kept her trapped in a downward spiral. Meanwhile, Kai's story wasn't much better. After everything fell apart, he tried to move back in with his parents, thinking they might offer him a second chance. But they had already heard about what he'd done, how he had lied, squandered money, and burned bridges, and they were having none of it. When Kai showed up at their doorstep, his father barely opened the door before telling him, in no uncertain terms, that he was no longer welcome. His mother, though visibly upset, stood firm by her husband's side. They told Kai to never show his face there again, leaving him no choice but to walk away with his head hung low. With nowhere else to go, Kai managed to land a job at a toy factory in town. It wasn't exactly a dream job, but it was steady work that paid just enough to cover the basics. The factory was loud and monotonous, the kind of place where you clock in, perform the same repetitive tasks for hours, and then clock out without much to show for it other than sore muscles and a small paycheck. Still, Kai figured it was better than nothing. On his days off, Kai focused all his energy on trying to find someone to marry. He believed that a stable relationship could turn his life around, that having a wife would somehow validate him and give him the fresh start he so desperately wanted. But his approach to dating was deeply flawed. Kai held ridiculously high standards for the women he met, standards that most people would find laughable given his current circumstances. For one, he insisted that any potential partner had to make more money than he did, a tall order considering his modest income from the factory. On top of that, he expected them to be perfect at housework, envisioning a traditional setup where his future wife would cook, clean, and take care of him without complaint. These expectations not only came across as unrealistic, but also incredibly entitled, especially coming from someone who had made so many mistakes in his own life. Unsurprisingly, Kai struggled to find anyone willing to meet his demands. Most women he approached either laughed in his face or walked away, unimpressed by his attitude. A few tried to politely explain that relationships should be built on mutual respect and compromise, but Kai dismissed their advice, convinced that he was in the right. As a result, he remained single and increasingly frustrated, blaming his lack of success on everything but his own behavior. The stories of Remy and Kai became cautionary tales in the community, examples of how bad decisions and stubborn pride could lead to a life of hardship and isolation. People would talk about them in hushed tones, shaking their heads at how far they had fallen. Some felt pity, others scorn, but everyone seemed to agree on one thing. They were both trapped in cycles of self-destruction, and unless they found a way to change, their situations were only going to get worse. Remy, with her gambling and multiple jobs, was sinking deeper into debt and despair, while Kai, with his unrealistic expectations and refusal to take responsibility, was stuck in a lonely rut. Their stories served as reminders of the importance of humility, accountability, and the need to seek help in healthy, constructive ways. But whether either of them would ever learn those lessons remained to be seen. For now, they continued on their respective paths, each day a new struggle to survive, and each choice leading them further away from the lives they once dreamed of having. The cycle of poor decisions weighed heavily on their futures, making it harder for anyone to see how they could ever truly recover or find happiness again. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, so I was thinking of inviting some friends over to hang out. I know we were originally supposed to be staying out all night, but they were wanting some place to chill at instead. You're still at home, right? Yeah, I am. But if you're bringing friends over, that's totally fine. I don't mind at all. Should I make some snacks for everyone? I could bake something quick, maybe cookies or some cake? No way! Like, I'd want your homemade snacks. Huh? Look, I'll just be honest with you. You're seriously in the way. I've been putting up with this for way too long, and I am done pretending. How long do you even plan on staying here? Like, can't you tell that you're not wanted around the house anymore? What? But I'm married to your father. This is my home now too, isn't it? I don't have a set time limit. I plan to be here forever. And what do you mean nobody wants me around here anymore? Don't mess with me. Do you even know what it's like having to live with you? You act like everything's fine when it's not. I know it might be uncomfortable for you, Mia. I get it. After all, we're not related by blood. I'm not your real mother. I'd never try to replace her, but I love your father and he loves me. That's why we're together. And I want to get along with you too. I really do. So please don't treat me like an enemy. Are you kidding me? Like I'd ever want to live with a parasite like you. Parasite? Dad and I are starting a new life. You've heard that we're moving, right? Of course, I was a part of that discussion too. We all talked about it together. I know what's going on. Dad's starting a new job, and he's going to be really busy. I know, and that's why I want to support him in any way I can. I'll be there for him. That's what a wife does. That's exactly the problem, and no one asked for your support. Just having you in this house is frustrating enough. I don't want you here. Why do you hate me so much? Shut up. I was against Dad marrying you from the start, but I thought if he chose you, maybe there was something special about you. Maybe you'd be different, maybe I'd come around. But every day, all I see is you doing nothing. You just sit around in this house pretending to be part of the family when you're not. That's not true. You're misunderstanding. Like hell I am. I live with you. I see what you do every day. You act like this perfect, gentle stepmother, but you're just a freeloader. That's not fair. I take care of the house. I make meals. I do the laundry. Oh, please. That's just basic stuff. You think that makes you special? That doesn't mean anything to me. I just wanted to help. This move is the perfect chance. Just divorce Dad already. No, I can't do that. I know you don't like me, but your father and I love each other. You can't just decide on your own that we should get divorced. That's not how marriage works. If I ask Dad, he'll listen to me. He always puts me first. He always chooses me. That's not true. I don't care what you think. I'm done living with you. Pack your stuff and get out. I never want to see your face again. Mia, please. I don't want to fight like this. I know you're upset. I know this hasn't been easy. But I'm not your enemy. I care about your father. I care about you. Stop pretending. I don't want to hear your fake sympathy. If you really cared, you'd leave. You'd stop ruining our family. I never wanted to ruin anything. I wanted to be part of your family. I wanted to make things better, not worse. Then prove it. Get out. Mia. I mean it. I don't want to live with you anymore. But your father... Dad will understand. He'll pick me over you. He always does. I don't believe that. Then watch. I'll make sure he sends you away. No, this can't be happening. It already is, so hurry up and pack. I don't want to see you here when I get back. Mia, please. I said, get out. Mom, I have a little favor to ask. Oh, what is it? Can I stay with you for a while? Well, of course, but did something happen? Did you and Dave have a fight? No, it's not Dave. It's Mia. No, it's not Dave. It's Mia. Oh, she's at that age, after all. Living with someone who isn't her biological mother must be difficult in a lot of ways. Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be easy. I prepared myself for this. I knew that both Dave and Mia had been abandoned by his previous wife. I understood that their life had been difficult and I wanted to help them. But even knowing that, you still decided to marry him? Yes, I met Dave at a little cafe I used to visit during my work breaks. He had just started working there and I could tell he wasn't used to the job yet. His movements were a little awkward and he seemed nervous. But there was something very sincere about him. I started talking to him little by little. He was kind, hardworking, and always put his daughter first. I admire that about him. Eventually we got closer, and when he proposed to me, I said yes without hesitation. Well, that's a lovely story, but Mia still hasn't accepted you, has she? No, in fact, she told me to leave the house. She said that? That's harsh, but what about the move? Weren't you all supposed to be relocating soon? That's exactly why she wants me gone. She said this was the perfect opportunity for me to leave so that she and her dad could live together, just the two of them. I see. Well, she's still a child. I don't think she fully understands the situation. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not furious or anything, but when she treats me like I don't matter, it really stings. Of course, it's only natural to feel that way. You're doing your best, but she's pushing you away. Oh, that has to hurt. It does. I knew it would take time for her to accept me, but I didn't expect her to want me gone entirely. I keep telling myself she doesn't mean it, that she's just lashing out because she's confused and frustrated, but a part of me is starting to wonder if she really does hate me. Oh, sweetie, I'm sure she doesn't hate you. She's just scared. Her mother abandoned her, and now she sees another woman in her life. She might be afraid that you'll leave too, so she's trying to reject you before she gets attached. Maybe, but I don't know how to convince her otherwise. For now, don't push yourself too hard. Just come home. Your father will be happy to have you here, and we can talk things through together. Yeah, I think that's for the best. I'll head over soon, so let's talk more then. Of course, you can tell me anything. Dave, are you almost home?
Yeah, I'm on my way. Why?
I just wanted to let you know I'm staying at my parents' place for a little while. I made dinner though, so just heat it up when you get home.
That's fine, but is something wrong?
Well, Mia told me to leave the house.
Again?
Sorry. I know she's going through a tough phase and she probably has a lot on her mind.
I get that, but it's been 2 years since we all started living together. How much longer is this gonna go on?
Wait, are you blaming me for this?
She's a kid, Alicia. That means it's up to you as the adult to communicate with her properly.
I know that. I've been trying. But no matter what I do, Mia completely shuts me out. She won't even have a proper conversation with me. I don't know what else to do.
Listen, Alicia, Mia is my whole world. Everything I do for her. Even remarrying, I thought it would be the best thing for her. But looking at how things are now, I can't say she's any happier than before.
Wait a second, don't say it like that. I know Mia's important to you, but...
She's the most important person in my life. That's just how it is.
Fine, I get it. I'll try harder to get along with her, but I need your support too, Dave.
I've already been doing everything I can. And if things still aren't working out, then the problem isn't with me. It's with you.
That's not fair. That's completely unreasonable.
If things keep going like this, I'm going to have to make a difficult decision.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm done. I want a divorce. I don't see a way forward for us anymore.
What? No, you can't be serious. Are you really saying this right now? What about the move? We already signed the lease.
Mia and I will move in together, just the two of us. I'm sorry, but you'll have to find another place to go.
No, wait, Dave, you can't just...
I don't want to do this either, but I have to put my daughter first. I'm really sorry. We can discuss everything else after the move.
Dave, you're really serious about this?
Yeah, I am. Alicia, thank you for everything up until now.
Do you even understand how much I have sacrificed for you and Mia? Everything I have done, every effort I've made, and this is what I get in return?
That's just how it is. You need to accept it.
Fine, do whatever you want. I don't care anymore. You cared enough to marry me, to bring me into this family, and now, just because things got tough, you're throwing me away?
It's not about throwing you away. It's about doing what's best for Mia.
And what about me? Do I mean nothing to you?
Alicia, I don't know what to say. This isn't easy for me either.
You say that, but it sounds like you made up your mind a long time ago.
Maybe I did. Maybe I was just hoping things would get better, but they haven't.
So that's it? After everything?
I'm sorry.
I gave everything I had to this family, and now I have nothing left.
You'll be okay. You're strong.
You don't get to decide that. Hey, how long do you plan to keep postponing the divorce with Dad? You're making him suffer, so just agree to the divorce already. Mia, we both have a lot going on over here. It's not something I can just accept easily, okay? It's pointless to hope for reconciliation with us. I'd rather die than have anything to do with someone like you, a parasite of an old woman. You're calling me a parasite, but don't you think you're misunderstanding something? There's no way that's the case. You always sit around at home doing nothing, and you've been getting close to Dad just because you were hoping for his income. I bet now you're probably living on welfare since Dad dumped you. Welfare? Yes, welfare. Don't tell me you don't even know what that is. Oh, I see. Well, I don't really need to do that. I'll be fine on my own. In that case, just get a move on and divorce him already. He bought me a condo and a tower. Pretty good, right? Oh, so he actually did that. Yeah, he did. I've been wondering where you were moving, but I never expected it to be a tower condo like that. I have to admit I've reevaluated Dad after that. Can that trash really afford the mortgage? What? What did you say? Oh, nothing. Anyway, you don't need to worry about the divorce. I'm not dragging this out or anything. There are just some important steps that need to be taken care of, which is why it's taking a little time. Really? Well, hurry it up.
Hey, Alicia, what the hell is going on here?
What do you mean? The divorce should be finalized by now. We've already gone through everything.
No, wait, didn't you buy that apartment? You've been talking about it for months.
That's not the case at all. I didn't just buy it out of nowhere. I took out a loan for it, and I intend to pay it off on my own. But since we decided to divorce, I transferred the ownership to you. You're the one who's going to be living there, so logically, it's your responsibility to pay the loan from now on.
Well, that may be true, but...
You really are a mean person, you know that? You're not even trying to be honest about any of this.
What do you mean by that?
You told Mia that you bought the apartment like it was your own. You know, she believed every word you said. That poor kid thought you had the money to buy it like you were some kind of hero. But that's not even the truth. You made her think something that's completely false.
Well, yeah, I did say that, but...
Someone like you, who doesn't earn a dime and has me covering every penny of the household expenses, couldn't possibly buy an apartment, could you? Don't act like that's something that makes sense.
Well, I did find a job recently, you know. I'm not just sitting around doing nothing.
It was only until very recently, wasn't it? Until then, it was all me paying for everything. I was the one paying all the bills, handling the daily expenses. And for Mia's sake, I kept quiet about it. I didn't want her to see you as some sort of failure in her eyes. I wanted her to have at least one image of you that she could look up to as her dad. But even so, you telling her that you bought the apartment when you really didn't, that's a lie, and you should not be feeding your daughter lies like that. It's not something a father should do.
That's not important right now. What's important is the loan. What are we going to do about it?
What about it? Are you kidding me? You're the one who's supposed to pay the loan. Of course it's your responsibility now. Why the hell would I pay for an apartment that you're going to live in?
Well, because...
Exactly. So this conversation is over. I've made myself clear. Bye now.
Wait, hold on a second. You can't just walk away like that. Fine, we'll put the divorce aside for now. Let's just talk about the loan.
What? What are you talking about? The divorce papers have already been submitted. We've done everything. The process has already started, and you can't back out now.
No, I haven't signed them yet. I've been putting it off because I'm not entirely sure about everything. I haven't made up my mind. I don't know if I'm ready for this yet.
What are you doing? You've been pushing me to hurry up to get this done as soon as possible. You've been rushing me every single day, but now you're saying you're unsure?
I've still been unsure about it. I've been thinking about it for a while, but I'm just not certain. There's a part of me that still hesitates to go through with it.
Don't lie. You've been dragging your feet, hoping I'd just do it all for you, haven't you? You've been putting it off because it's easier to let me make the decisions. You've been so lazy about all of this.
No, it's not like that. I swear I've really been thinking this over, trying to figure out if this is the right thing to do. It's not about being lazy. I just don't want to make a decision I'll regret.
What the hell are you even talking about now?
Look, I'm serious. I'll talk to Mia again. I'll try to convince her. Let's try to fix things. Maybe we can start over, give it another shot. We can make this work!
No way. Who in their right mind would want to live with someone like you again? After everything that's happened, you think I would just go back to you like nothing happened? You are out of your mind.
Hello, Kimberly. It's been a while. This is Dave.
Oh, this is unexpected. What's going on?
Is Alicia there with you?
I'm sorry, but you and Alicia are already getting a divorce, aren't you? Alicia specifically told me not to give you any information about her whereabouts.
Well, about the divorce, I wanted to ask if you could reconsider.
What do you mean? You were the one who brought up the divorce, weren't you?
Yes, I admit I brought it up, but, well, there's something I didn't make clear before, and I want to explain.
I'm really sorry, but it's too late to pretend this didn't happen now.
No, you see, while it's true I brought up the divorce, the reason for it was actually Alicia.
Alicia?
Yes, exactly. Actually, there was a time when Mia came home with a bruised face.
What?
When I asked her what happened, she said Alicia had hit her.
No way!
It seems that the two of them weren't getting along well and had gotten into a fight, and that's when Alicia physically lashed out. The more I talked to Mia, it turns out that this wasn't the first time. Alicia had been physically abusive toward her on several occasions.
Oh, there's no way Alicia would do something like that.
I assure you this is the truth.
If that's true, then getting a divorce is the only option. Why are you trying to take it back?
Well, the thing is, I think the relationship just wasn't in a good place. I thought we could still work things out. Having a teenager like Mia suddenly come into our lives must have been hard for Alicia. I think both Mia and Alicia were struggling to adjust given their age and circumstances. But I believe that from now on, I can be the one to step in and improve the situation. I'm confident that with some effort, we can fix everything.
I see.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you to tell me where Alicia is.
So you think I'm just going to fall for this?
What do you mean?
That girl would never lay a hand on anyone. She's not like that.
But I'm telling you, it's the truth.
And Alicia really cared about Mia. She wanted the best for her. That's why she made the decision to move into that tower condo, so Mia could have a better life, a more comfortable life.
I understand that, but...
Do you really think just anyone can afford to live in that condo?
What do you mean?
Do you have any idea how difficult it is to manage the mortgage payments?
But she's been earning money working from home, hasn't she?
Even so, there's a limit. You don't understand. She has been using the money she saved up to renovate our house. Money she has been saving for years just to help fix things for us.
She was saving that money?
Yes, she was. She had always wanted to make our house more accessible, to improve it and make it safer for us. That's why she'd been putting money aside for it. But even after all that, she still wanted to spend that money just to make Mia happy and give her a better life. And now you're telling me that she's been physically harming her? It's unbelievable.
Well, I didn't know about that.
No, it's all right. Honestly, I don't need to know what's going on between you two. What matters is that Alicia is family to me, and she is someone I care deeply about. For her sake, I can't let you stay married to her anymore. It's over. I want you both to get a divorce, and I want you to stay away from Mia forever. She doesn't need you in her life.
But wait, Kimberly, you don't understand. I didn't mean for things to get this far. I'm just trying to make things right.
No, you've done enough already. You don't have the right to keep trying to interfere in our lives. If you really cared about Mia or Alicia, you wouldn't have let things get to this point in the first place. Mia's been through enough, and Alicia doesn't deserve to be treated like this. I am putting my foot down, and I am telling you now, it's over. I won't let you drag this out any longer.
But I still want to fix things. I know I can make it better.
You've had your chance. I won't let you make any more decisions for Alicia or Mia. It's time for you to leave, Dave. Stay away from both of them. This is my family, and I'll do whatever it takes to protect them. Hey, what the hell is going on? Oh, Mia, what a surprise. I thought we were done with each other. Why are you reaching out to me now? I happened to see you. Oh, and? Why the hell did you just walk out of that tower condo? Huh? Why are you so mad? It's not a big deal, is it? I went for a viewing a while back and really liked the place. So after talking it over with my parents, we decided to live there together. Now that you mention it, what happened with you guys? I haven't seen you around. Like we could afford that place. Dad canceled the lease. Now we're stuck living in some cheap apartment. Oh, I see. Well, with Dave's earnings, that makes sense. What do you mean? Dad has plenty of money, doesn't he? That's what you were told, wasn't it? But it's completely false. Dave and I first got married, he was only working part-time. After we got married, I asked him to quit and look for a stable job. In the meantime, I covered all our living expenses. No way, that's nothing like what I was told. Mia. What? You know, I always wanted to get along with you. Really? Yeah, but from the very beginning you kept rejecting me. Yeah? And that always felt strange to me. Been wondering, was it because of Dave? Yeah. Can you tell me more about it? Fine, I'll tell you, but it's kind of complicated. Take your time, I really want to understand. From the moment you came into our lives, Dad kept telling me you were nothing but a gold digger. That you only married him for money. That once you got what you wanted, you'd throw him away and leave us with nothing. So that's what he told you. Yeah, and I believed him. Every time I looked at you, I could only see what he told me to see. Didn't matter what you did or said, Dad made sure I hated you. I see. But now, hearing all this, I don't know what to think anymore. Everything's different from what I thought I knew. I get it. You were just a kid, Mia. You trusted your dad because he was supposed to be telling you the truth. But he wasn't. No, he wasn't. I don't know if I can forgive him for that. And that's something only you can decide. But no matter what, Mia, I never hated you. I just wanted a chance to be family. Maybe it's not too late.
Alicia, hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, what a surprise. I thought you'd never contact me again.
Yeah, well, I can't stop thinking about you.
Funny, I feel the same way. Even now, just hearing your voice makes me so angry.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm serious. I really want to start over with you.
Don't be ridiculous. How can you even say that?
I never hated you, Alicia. I only thought that for Mia's sake, it was better if we got divorced.
Then good, you made your choice. What do you want now?
I'm not living with Mia anymore.
What?
I had no idea she was so selfish and spoiled. I couldn't deal with it anymore, so I sent her back to her mother.
And?
Now I'm living alone. There's no one to get in our way anymore. So, Alicia, let's start over. Just the two of us. Let's be happy again.
Do you really think I'm going to fall for that?
I'm not lying. I really am alone now.
Oh, I know, because I was the one who gave Mia that advice.
What?
About 3 months ago, Mia's mother reached out to me.
What?
She told me Mia had been talking about you. And you know what, Dave? Mia told me everything.
Everything?
Yeah, how you poisoned her mind against me. How you told her I married you for money, that I just laze around the house all day while you worked so hard.
That's not true. I never said that.
That's funny because Mia told me she heard it straight from your mouth. And it wasn't just once, you told her over and over again. And let me guess, you also told her that you wanted to divorce me, but you just couldn't say it, right? Mia told me she threw me out because she thought she was doing it for you. She thought she was making you happy by getting rid of me.
No, I never...
You never what? You never said that? You never used her? You never planned to milk me for everything I had and then toss me aside?
That's not true. I swear you've got it all wrong.
Oh? So you're telling me Mia lied?
Yes, she must have misunderstood.
Really? Because Mia also told me something else. That you were planning to remarry. She even showed me pictures of your new fiancé.
That little...
She's gorgeous, by the way. Absolutely stunning. Didn't you marry her already? Oh, wait. Don't tell me she left you because you couldn't get that fancy condo tower.
That's not what happened.
Oh, really? So what did happen?
I just realized I still love you.
Do you seriously expect me to believe that? After everything you did to me, after everything you put Mia through, you think you can just come crawling back?
I never meant to hurt you.
And yet you did, over and over again. You used your own daughter as a weapon. You let her believe I was the enemy. You let her destroy our marriage, our home, and my reputation just so you wouldn't have to be the bad guy.
That's not fair. I was struggling too.
Oh, I'm sure you were. Let me tell you something, Dave. Mia was just as much of a victim as I was. You twisted her perception of me so much that she had no idea what was real. You made her believe she was doing the right thing by getting rid of me. But now she's finally free of you.
What do you mean?
I mean, she's happy now. She's living with her mother and she's doing well. She's finally seeing the truth about you.
That's not...
And as for me, I'm done, Dave. You have no power over me anymore.
Please, Alicia, just listen!
No, I'm done listening to you. I am blocking your number after this, so don't bother trying to reach me again.
Alicia, wait! Just one more!
Goodbye, Dave. For good this time. Mom, he contacted me again. I knew it. I was sure he'd come running back the moment he got into trouble. He really is hopeless. Honestly, I should have seen it coming. But I guess part of me wanted to believe in him. I was at that point in my life where I felt like I had to settle down, like I had to get married before it was too late. And then he showed up, and I let myself get carried away. I understand. When you're feeling pressured like that, it's easy to make decisions you wouldn't normally make. But that doesn't mean it was your fault. Maybe not, but looking back, there were so many red flags. I ignored them because I wanted to believe things would work out. I thought if I just tried a little harder, if I gave a little more, we could be happy. But in the end, I was the only one putting in any effort. And now, here he is, trying to worm his way back into your life after everything he put you through. Exactly. But you know what? I'm not even angry anymore. I feel free. Since leaving him, I've been able to focus on my work without all the stress and drama weighing me down. My career is thriving, and more importantly, I'm happy. Living with you has been such a relief. I've realized that marriage isn't the only path to happiness. That's right. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters to me. Whether you're married or not, your happiness is the most important thing. Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate that. After that, Dave was living alone in an apartment while working. However, his nature, which leaned on relying on others rather than taking responsibility for himself, never changed. It seemed that he entered into a new relationship with another woman, hoping to have her take care of his life, just as he had tried before. But as it turned out, the woman was a fraudster. Instead of helping him, as he had hoped, she managed to take all the savings he had been building up. From there, Dave found himself in debt, and his lifestyle became a struggle. He had to rely on borrowing money just to get by, and his life became a slow, arduous process of surviving from one day to the next. On the other hand, Mia had been working hard, studying diligently under the care of her mother. She had remained serious about her studies, putting in the effort day after day. This commitment paid off as she was set to enter high school in the spring of this year. Mia's progress was something to be proud of, especially when considering the discipline and focus she had shown in a world where distractions were plenty. Unlike the chaotic situation Dave found himself in, Mia seemed to be forging ahead with a clear and determined path towards her future. For me, the online store I had been running as part of an e-commerce business began to show real progress. The success of this venture enabled me to take a significant step forward. I was able to establish my own company. I took the leap of setting up an office in the heart of Tokyo, and I even began to hire employees to help with the growing business. The decision to expand wasn't easy, and it came with a great deal of responsibility, but it was something I had been working toward for years. I had always believed that if I could just get the business to a certain point, I could turn it into something much bigger. Now, with a proper office and a small team behind me, the next challenge was clear: continuing to grow the business and increase our sales. The work was far from over, and there were many obstacles and uncertainties still to face. But it was a positive change. Each day presented new opportunities and new hurdles, but I was determined to navigate through them. I could feel the momentum building, and even when things got tough, I held on to the belief that with enough persistence, success was within reach. For Mia, high school represented a major milestone. Not only was she transitioning to a new chapter in her academic journey, but it also marked the start of the time when her decisions would begin to shape her future even more directly. Being a teenager meant that Mia would soon experience the challenges that came with newfound independence. While she was still under her mother's guidance, high school brought with it a new set of social dynamics and academic pressures. It would be a time of growth and learning, and Mia was more than ready to take on the challenge. Her solid foundation from earlier years meant she could handle whatever came her way, whether it was navigating friendships, dealing with difficult subjects, or figuring out what she wanted to pursue in the long term. Dave, on the other hand, seemed to be trapped in a cycle of poor choices. His tendency to rely on others for support rather than build up his own capabilities had led him into increasingly difficult situations. After his savings were taken by the fraudulent woman, his life took another turn for the worse. He could have learned from his mistakes, taken responsibility for his actions, and found a way to move forward, but it seemed he had fallen back into the same pattern of dependence, which kept him from gaining any real control over his life. The debts piled up and his situation continued to worsen. For Dave, it was a constant uphill battle with no clear end in sight. Meanwhile, I was in the midst of managing my expanding business, where each day brought its own set of challenges. The transition from small online store to official company with employees wasn't something that could be taken lightly. There were many decisions to make: hiring the right people, making sure the business operations ran smoothly, and figuring out how to keep growing. The pressure was constant, and yet there was something exhilarating about it all. Being responsible for others and having my own office in a bustling city like Tokyo brought a sense of accomplishment that I had always dreamed of. It was a constant balancing act, finding time to focus on strategic decisions, but also handling the immediate concerns of running the business. I often found myself reflecting on how far I had come. The path hadn't been easy. There had been many nights where I stayed up late working on orders, making plans, and trying to figure out how to make the next step. But I had learned to embrace the grind and the challenges it brought. No one else was going to make things happen for me, and that realization drove me to work harder each day. While my success wasn't guaranteed, I felt that if I continued to push forward and take things one step at a time, there was no reason why I couldn't continue to build and grow. Mia's future, too, was full of potential. High school was just the beginning of what promised to be an exciting and challenging journey. She would face both academic and personal growth, learning not only about the subjects she was passionate about, but also about herself. Friendships she built during these years would likely stay with her for a long time, and the choices she made about her studies and career would have a lasting impact. Mia seemed to have a good grasp on her priorities, and I had no doubt that she would navigate the challenges of high school with the same determination she had shown up until now. Her future was in her hands, and it was clear that she was prepared to make the most of it. As for Dave, I wasn't sure what the future held for him. His cycle of relying on others and making poor decisions seemed to make it difficult to see a clear path forward. Perhaps he could still change, but it would take a great deal of self-reflection and growth. Until then, his life seemed to be one of surviving rather than thriving. It was a sad reality, but one that many people find themselves facing when they refuse to take responsibility for their own actions. In contrast, I felt like I was on the verge of something much bigger. The process of building my business from the ground up had been challenging, but every step had been rewarding. With each new achievement, I felt more confident in my ability to make it work. And though the road ahead was still full of obstacles, I knew that as long as I kept pushing forward, I could build a legacy that would be worth all the effort. Mia, for her part, was steadily moving toward a bright future. Her hard work combined with the support of her mother had laid a strong foundation for her success. I hoped that she would continue to take the challenges of high school in stride and emerge from them even stronger. Her future was waiting for her, and it seemed that she was ready to embrace it with open arms. Max, enough is enough. What on earth are you thinking coming home in the middle of the night? Do you even realize how suspicious that looks? You're practically begging me to think that you're cheating.
Stop nagging already. It's not like I'm staying out until morning, so what's the big deal? And besides, this time I had no choice.
No choice? Are you seriously saying that?
Riley had a fever. On my way back from work, I had to pick up some things she needed, and that's why I got home late. I wasn't doing anything shady, so just drop it, all right?
Riley? You mean your ex, right? Look, you're a married man now. That is not the kind of thing a married man should be doing. And don't forget, we agreed on this. When we got married, we decided you'd gradually cut back on helping Riley until you were no longer involved in her life.
I am cutting back. Do you think I wanted to just leave her like that? Honestly, I'd rather be there taking care of her myself, but I'm holding back because of our agreement. I'm sticking to what we decided, so stop acting like I'm breaking some huge rule. How selfish can you be?
Selfish? You're the selfish one here.
Oh, for crying out loud, I've explained this to you already, haven't I? Riley and I go way back. Her family was dirt poor, and she's always been physically weak. On top of that, she's timid by nature. You expect me to just abandon her when she's sick and vulnerable? What kind of person do you think I am?
I never said to abandon her completely. I've been more than reasonable about this, considering how long you've known Riley. All I'm saying is that going forward, you need to reduce how much you're supporting her and encourage her to stand on her own 2 feet.
And I am reducing it. What more do you want from me?
Ugh, this is going nowhere. It's the same argument over and over again.
If anyone's repeating the same thing, it's you. And anyway, Riley still needs me, but you don't even need me, do you?
What? What are you even talking about?
Let's be real here, you don't love me, do you? This marriage was arranged by our parents, after all. You're incredibly capable and independent. You don't need a man like me to get by. You're perfectly fine on your own, so why does it even matter if I'm still helping someone who actually relies on me?
You're unbelievable. You know what? Forget it. There's no point in continuing this conversation right now.
Finally, some sense. Look, I'm doing my part here, so the least you could do is show a little understanding.
So that's what happened. I really want to hear your opinion on this. What do you think?
Why are you coming to me with something like this? Isn't this the kind of thing you normally discuss with your girlfriends?
I wanted a guy's perspective. And honestly, you're the only guy I'm close to. My childhood friend, after all.
A guy's perspective, huh? Well, I could sort of see where your husband is coming from. You know, men like to act all protective and cool around women. It's just how we are.
So it really is like that, huh?
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's more of a wish or an ideal than a reality. What a person thinks or how they act varies from one individual to the next. And even if he feels that way, it does not give him a free pass to neglect his wife. If he's still acting like this even after getting married, maybe it's time for him to learn a hard lesson. You know the saying, there's no cure for stupidity? If words aren't enough to get through to him, then you might have to take more drastic action. If you want, I could take care of him for you.
No, stop. I don't want to drag you into this. I mean, I know I'm the one who came to you for advice, but still.
Relax, I'm just kidding. Besides, if I got into trouble, I'd lose my job. Not worth it.
But you might be right. He probably thinks he can just brush off whatever I say with excuses. If he does something stupid again, I might have to come up with a way to teach him a lesson he won't forget.
Well, if you're really stuck, just let me know. I'll at least listen to whatever's bothering you.
Thanks, Mike. Honestly, I wish I could just be that delicate, fragile kind of woman he seems to think I am. Maybe then this wouldn't even be a problem.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. You, delicate and fragile, I can't even picture it.
You're not wrong there. If I ever let myself show any weakness, I'd get taken advantage of immediately. That's just the kind of environment I grew up in.
Your husband doesn't know, does he? About how every single one of those bullies who messed with you ended up in the hospital?
That was out of my control. And anyway, they were the ones picking on me in the first place, so they got what they deserved.
Fair point, but, well, I'll just say this. I really wouldn't want to end up working with you on the job. So do me a favor and keep things under control, okay?
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Madison, about our honeymoon trip tomorrow, I've decided to bring Riley along too.
What? What are you even saying?
Well, it's just the two of us feels kind of boring, don't you think? It'd be way more fun with 3 people.
Don't mess with me. Why are you even bringing up Riley's name at a time like this? This is supposed to be our trip to celebrate our marriage.
What's with the overreaction? It's just a trip. We can go on as many as we want later. Hawaii has always been Riley's favorite state, and I thought it'd be nice to take her there. So yeah, for tomorrow's honeymoon trip, my ex is coming along. 3 people are way better than just me and a grouchy woman like you, so it's fine, right?
Sure, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Great! Looking forward to it!
Mike, please, call me back immediately. This is an emergency.
Whoa, calm down. You're scaring me. What's going on?
Mike, you're off tomorrow, right? You don't have any plans?
Yeah, I don't have work, but...
Good. Then you're coming on a trip with me tomorrow.
Wait a second, what? Isn't tomorrow supposed to be your honeymoon? What in the world is going on?
Well, it's a long story, but listen to me. My husband just decided completely out of the blue that he's bringing Riley along on our honeymoon.
Wait, what? Riley? You mean his ex-girlfriend? What kind of ridiculous joke is this?
It's not a joke, Mike. He's actually serious about it. He said something about the trip being boring with just the 2 of us and that Riley loves Hawaii, so he thought it'd be nice to bring her along. Can you believe that?
Are you kidding me? That's completely insane. Does he even hear himself? Bringing his ex on a honeymoon, who does that?
Exactly. And he had the audacity to tell me it'd be more fun with 3 people. I'm at my breaking point, Mike. I can't take this anymore.
I don't even know what to say to that. Honestly, Madison, you've got every right to be furious. That's beyond disrespectful.
It is, isn't it? And the worst part is, he said it so casually, like it was no big deal. Like I should just accept it and go along with his ridiculous plan.
Okay, first of all, you're not going anywhere with him tomorrow, and definitely not with Riley. This whole thing is absurd.
That's why I need you, Mike. You have to come with me.
Wait, hold on. You're asking me to go on a trip with you tomorrow? Isn't that going to make things even more complicated?
Look, I don't care anymore. If he thinks it's okay to bring his ex on our honeymoon, then I don't see why I can't bring a friend along. Please, Mike, I really need your help here.
All right, fine, I'll come with you, but only because this whole situation is completely messed up and you shouldn't have to deal with it alone.
Thank you, Mike. I knew I could count on you.
Hey, Madison! Who the hell is that guy?
Who? Oh, you mean him? He's my ex-boyfriend.
What? You didn't say anything about bringing another guy along?
Well, you brought a girl, didn't you? So I figured it's only fair. Besides, isn't it more fun with 4 people instead of 3? Don't forget, we're the ones covering the trip's expenses. So I don't see how you have any grounds to complain. This is a vacation after all. Shouldn't we both be focused on having a good time?
Yeah, I guess you're right, but he's your ex. Don't you think that's, a little inappropriate? Where's your sense of boundaries?
Excuse me?
Listen, guys can be trouble. There are plenty of men out there who don't care about morals or decency as long as they get what they want. A guy who'd tag along on his ex-girlfriend's honeymoon? That's definitely a red flag. He's obviously here because he's still into you. I can't believe you'd bring someone like that along. It's reckless and thoughtless.
Funny you should say that. Doesn't that logic apply to you, too?
What the hell are you talking about?
By your logic, if guys are all trouble and only care about themselves, doesn't that mean you brought Riley here for a similar reason? Are you even aware of how hypocritical you sound right now?
It's not like that with me and Riley.
And it's not like that with me and Mike. So why is it fine for you to bring Riley along, but wrong for me to bring Mike? Double standards much?
I don't know, it's just different when a woman invites a guy.
Nope, it's not different at all. You're just making excuses to justify your actions while criticizing mine. Stop acting like the rules don't apply to you. Look, we've got a flight to catch. Riley's probably already waiting for us at the boarding gate. You better be there on time, too.
What the hell is going on with your ex? He's way too close to Riley. The way they're acting, it's like they're already best friends or something.
Yeah, that really surprised me too. Mike usually comes off as intimidating to people. His face doesn't exactly scream approachable, so most girls tend to keep their distance. But Riley seems to get along with him really well. It's kind of unexpected, but hey, maybe it's a good thing for her.
What the hell are you talking about? Tell him to stop. He's your ex, isn't he? Isn't it your responsibility to control him?
Why should I? He's my ex, which means I don't have any say in what he does. And honestly, the same applies to you and Riley. She's your ex-girlfriend, right? So you don't have the right to tell her what to do either. You're acting so jealous right now, and honestly, it's a little pathetic.
I'm not jealous.
Oh, really? Then why don't you just let it go? I mean, I haven't said a single word about how you've been spending time with Riley all day. Not one complaint. Maybe you could try being a little more mature for once? Mike is looking after Riley, isn't he? He's basically doing your job for you. Why don't we focus on enjoying our honeymoon instead of obsessing over them? Or could it be that this honeymoon doesn't matter to you at all?
No, that's not what I meant at all.
Then leave Riley alone, okay? You're the one who said she had a rough childhood and struggled a lot growing up, right? Well, maybe Mike can be the support she needs right now. After all, he's a police officer.
A police officer?
Yeah. He's really dedicated to his community. He once told me that he wanted to protect the place where he grew up, to give back to the people who helped shape him. I think that's admirable, don't you?
No way!
What's with the shocked reaction? Look, if things work out between Riley and Mike, we should be happy for them. Don't you agree? You did promise me that you'd start cutting ties with Riley once we got married. You're not going back on your word, are you?
I can't let someone like him take Riley away from me.
You seriously don't get it, do you? It's none of your business who Riley ends up with. Neither of us has the right to interfere with her choices, and honestly, if you're looking for someone to blame for this whole situation, you should look in the mirror. You're the one who insisted on bringing Riley along on this trip in the first place. Mike, I promised that I wouldn't say anything about it, but would it be okay if I at least ask you for an explanation? It seems like you've gotten pretty close to Riley, huh? What's going on there? You don't usually strike me as someone who makes friends easily. What's going on? You know, you're not exactly the best at socializing or communicating with people, are you?
Wow, that's a pretty harsh thing to say. What, are you jealous of me or something?
Well, I'm not the one who's jealous here. It's Max who's feeling jealous.
To be honest, I couldn't care less if a guy is jealous over me. And really, when I think about it, this whole thing happening was pretty much inevitable, don't you think? The way things have played out with you, it's become harder for me to talk to you like I used to. And frankly, I don't feel comfortable talking to your husband either. It just doesn't feel right. So in the end, that leaves me here on my own. I came all the way here for a trip, and now I find myself all alone because of the awkwardness. And of course, because there's no one else to talk to, I ended up talking to his ex-girlfriend, and surprisingly, we hit it off much more than I expected. That's how it happened.
I see. We've gotten pretty close in a short time, huh? I didn't expect that, to be honest. I was actually a bit surprised when I saw it.
Well, I guess it's not just me. She seemed to have a lot on her mind, too. She came to me with her concerns, and we ended up talking more than I thought we would. She even vented a bit about things that had been bothering her.
Vented? What do you mean?
Well, it turns out your husband never mentioned the fact that he was married.
What? What are you talking about? How can that be?
Apparently, she came on this trip like she would any other, just as a casual invitation. But after seeing how close you and Riley were, she started asking me what kind of relationship you two had. When I told her you were married, she was completely taken aback. She looked genuinely shocked, so I'm pretty sure that wasn't an act. It was real surprise on her face.
Max, he never told her he was married to me. Why would he hide something like that? Why would he keep it a secret? Was it something that he didn't want to talk about? Something he wanted to avoid?
Yeah, that's exactly the case. I bet he was trying to avoid cutting ties with his ex-girlfriend by admitting that he was married. It's pathetic, really. Honestly, if he didn't want it to get out, he shouldn't have brought her along in the first place.
Did he think he could somehow keep it a secret or come up with some excuse that would explain it all away? What was he thinking? And the fact that he kept his marriage a secret just shows that he's hiding something.
Exactly. There's no other reason to hide the fact that he's married unless he's got something shady going on.
Well, at least now I understand the situation. Thanks for clearing that up, Mike.
Hey, you haven't heard the best part yet. The real fun is just beginning.
Huh?
I told you, right? I was just listening to her vent, that's it? Do you think I'm some kind of saint who's just here to listen to people complain? Well, you'll see. Just wait and see. Once Riley realizes what's going on, I think you'll enjoy watching her lose her cool. It's going to be interesting.
All right, that's enough! You need to stop right now! You're nothing but my ex, for crying out loud! You've been telling Riley all sorts of strange things, haven't you?
What's the problem? If you've got an issue with me, why don't you just say it to my face? This whole indirect messaging thing is getting old. And besides, I don't even remember exchanging contact information with you, so how did you get my number?
Riley gave it to me. She said it was okay.
Oh, so you basically pushed her into giving it to you, right? You convinced her it'd be fine as long as there wasn't anything shady going on between us? Honestly, as a man, you should be embarrassed. You're married, but acting like some immature kid.
What? Don't you dare make fun of me!
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying what I think straight up. Look, I'm the ex, okay? And yeah, I'm single now, so there's really nothing wrong with me talking to another single woman. And I'm not going to apologize for it. What's got you so worked up anyway?
Why wouldn't I be upset? Out of nowhere, Riley just suddenly told me she didn't want to keep dealing with this whole situation anymore. And you know how Riley is. She can be very direct when she wants to be. You must have said something to her to make her feel that way, didn't you? What's going on here? Am I supposed to be some kind of cult leader or something?
Look, all I did was listen to your ex, and I told her that she should cut ties. That's it. That's all I did.
What? How did it get to that point?
Well, it's pretty obvious, don't you think? When someone's hiding the fact that they're married, it's basically the same as admitting they have something to hide. And your ex was really upset, genuinely conflicted about continuing this relationship with you. She was seriously thinking about ending things. And yet here you are talking about protecting her. What a joke! You didn't even realize what was really going on!
You've got to be kidding me! If anyone's got ulterior motives here, it's you! You're after Riley!
What? After Riley? Let me make this clear for you. I've only ever had feelings for one woman, and that hasn't changed. Not now, not ever. And by the way, let me tell you something. Women aren't just there to be protected. They can stand on their own, think for themselves, and take action. That's what makes them amazing. Strong women are always the most impressive, but I guess that's something you'll never understand.
What are you even trying to say?
I'm saying exactly what I mean. If you don't get it, well, you're pretty much done here.
I don't get it! Just stop saying all these strange things to Riley! Hey, Madison, you need to contact your ex.
Huh? What are you talking about all of a sudden?
I've been blocked by him and now I can't get in touch with him at all!
What? Is this about Mike?
Is this about Mike? Are you serious? I'm not just mad, I'm beyond furious! That guy is ruining everything! I had to tell you this because I'm losing Riley, Madison! It's because of your ex! I'm about to lose her because of him!
What do you mean? Why are you blaming Mike?
Ever since that trip, Riley's been acting completely different. She's been avoiding me, and today she called me out of the blue and said she wanted to talk. When I got to her, she told me to never come near her again. It's like she's a totally different person. This isn't her, and I'm telling you, Mike had to have said something to her.
What do you mean? Mike said something? Mike didn't say anything like that. You're blaming him for no reason.
That's a complete lie, Madison. I know it's because of him. There's no other explanation. Mike must have said something to her that's making her act this way. I'm sure of it.
You're not thinking straight. I told you, Mike didn't say anything to Riley. The one who spoke to Riley directly after that trip was me, not Mike. I'm the one who had the conversation with her.
Wait, what? You had a conversation with Riley?
Yeah, I did. You're really not seeing the bigger picture here, are you? It's not just that Mike spoke to her. You're so caught up in thinking that it's all Mike's fault that you're missing the real problem.
So you're saying I'm the one at fault here? You know, I still don't understand why Riley would act this way. I thought everything was fine, but now it's like she's avoiding me completely. How am I supposed to fix this?
Okay, let me break it down for you. You've been pushing this idea of Riley being the weak woman you need to protect, haven't you? You've been projecting this image of a fragile little girl who needs saving, but that's not Riley anymore. She's changing, she's growing, and maybe you just can't see it because you've been too busy holding on to this false image you created of her. I don't know what's worse, your delusion or the fact that you're blaming Mike when it's really your own actions who have driven Riley to this point.
What the hell do you know about it? Riley needs me. She's not strong enough to live without me. I know for a fact that we don't have any kind of dirty relationship like that, but we're connected, we're close, and we understand each other. You don't know anything.
So you're saying that just because you didn't sleep with her, that somehow makes it okay? Just because you didn't cross that line, it doesn't mean you didn't cross others. You've been hiding your marriage from Riley, keeping your wife in the dark. That's already crossing the line, and you call that not being unfaithful? You need to look at things more honestly. And what's worse, Riley already noticed it. She noticed how you've been acting, how you've been treating her like she's some kind of fragile flower that needs to be protected at all costs. Do you think that's what she needs right now? To be babied and kept in a little bubble? Do you think that's what she really wants from you? I talked to Riley, and you know what? She asked me for advice. She told me she wanted to be more like me.
Wait, what? What the hell are you talking about? Riley asked you for advice?
Yeah, she watched how you and I interacted during that trip. She saw how I handled everything calmly and spoke my mind clearly, while you were just fumbling around, avoiding issues, letting things slide. To Riley, I looked strong, confident, and capable of speaking up when I needed to. And you know what? She wanted to know how she could do that too. She asked me how she could be more like that, but that's not all. I told her, I gave her the tools to become more confident, to speak her mind, to stand up for herself. Riley's changing, and it's not just about leaving you behind. It's about her finding her own voice and becoming the woman she wants to be. She's no longer the girl you've been trying to protect, the one who needs to be saved. She's strong, and that's something you fail to see. So you think this is all because of me? You think Riley's changed just because I influenced her? You think she's somehow been corrupted by my bad influence or whatever it is you're blaming me for? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Riley is changing, but it's not because of anything I said to her. She just realized that she doesn't need you. You're the one who can't accept that. You're the one holding on to some fantasy of her, a version of Riley that never really existed. You've been holding on to that image for so long, and now you can't deal with the fact that she's moving on and evolving into someone else, someone stronger. And you want to know the worst part? You've been so caught up in your own image of her that you didn't even see her for who she truly was. You didn't see that she wanted to be more than just your weak little girlfriend. She's not the woman you thought she was. She never was. She was always more than that. And do you want to know what happened when Riley really started looking at herself? She realized she didn't want to be someone you had to protect. She didn't want to be someone you had to fix. She wanted to stand on her own, and that's why she started pulling away from you.
So what now? Now you're gonna act like I'm the enemy?
I'm telling you right now, Riley's changed, and she's not coming back to the person you want her to be. Now listen to me carefully. It's over. It's over, and there is nothing you can do about it.
Madison, are you okay? Are you all right?
I'm fine, Mike. I'm at the hospital right now being examined. I never thought I'd end up in a situation like this. I really didn't expect to be locked up like that. They kept me in a room, took away my phone, but, I managed to find an old device lying around. It's a good thing I found it, or else I might not have been able to reach you.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't be able to make a call from a deactivated phone, right? But still, using email to get in touch like that is, well, it's hard to believe.
The messaging app wasn't working, and I didn't have any other way to contact you. I'm so relieved I managed to connect through the Wi-Fi, though. That was my only hope. It's a miracle it worked at all.
I'm just really happy that you were able to get through to me. I mean, I heard from a little birdie that he punched you, so I decided to bring a senior with me when I came to check on you. I figured if you were locked away, they'd likely try to hide you from us, but still.
Wait, hold on. You climbed a tree to find me, broke the window, and just barged in?
Yeah, I did. I didn't hesitate. You gave me the exact location, so I knew where to go. I wasn't gonna just wait around.
But that was incredibly dangerous. Didn't your senior get mad at you for that?
Oh, he did. I got an earful. It wasn't just scolding, it was more like a lecture about how reckless I was. I smashed the window and just barged right in. I don't even think I asked for permission before doing it. But honestly, at that point, I didn't care. You were in danger, and that's all that mattered to me.
I'm so sorry. I feel terrible for dragging you into all of this. It's all my fault.
Come on, I already told you it's fine. Seriously, I told you it doesn't matter anymore. You still have some tests to go through, right?
Yeah, they're checking my head. I hid it during the whole ordeal, and now they're keeping me for a few days for observation. They need to make sure there's no major damage.
All right, well, just stay still and calm for a bit. You tend to get all worked up and run around before thinking. You need to take it easy.
I'm not a child anymore. Mike, how old do you think I am?
I know you're not a kid, but still, you've always been the kind of person to rush into things head first without thinking it through. Sometimes it's better to take a step back.
Mike, I'm done. After everything that happened, I've finally gotten the divorce sorted out. It's officially over.
That's great to hear. I know how tough this whole situation must have been for you. So what happened with Max?
My parents stepped in and took custody of him. They said they'd help take care of things while I get back on my feet. As for the rest of it, he actually apologized for everything that happened. I never thought I'd hear those words from him, but he did. He agreed to the divorce without any more fuss, and it's a huge relief, honestly.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. You have good parents to help you through all of this. At least now it seems like things are going to calm down a bit. With that idiot getting a criminal record for assault, there's nothing more to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like this nightmare is finally over. But, part of me still regrets not doing this sooner. I should have left when I first saw the signs.
So why didn't you just do it sooner? I mean, you must have been thinking about it for a while, right?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to seem like I was running away. I kept thinking that if I tried harder, maybe things would work out, that there was something I could still do to fix it. But in the end, nothing changed. I didn't want to just give up without exhausting all my options, Getting married isn't something you just do on a whim, so I didn't want to throw that all away too quickly. I kept telling myself that divorce should be the last resort, only if everything else failed.
I get it. I understand what you were thinking. I mean, when you make a commitment like that, it's hard to just throw it all away. But sometimes it's important to realize when something is beyond saving.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to realize. I always thought that if I could just handle everything myself, then I'd be strong. I thought it was a sign of strength to carry everything on your own shoulders without asking for help. But now I'm not so sure anymore. Maybe there are times when it's okay to lean on someone else. Maybe I don't always have to do everything by myself.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to rely on others sometimes. You can't always do everything alone, no matter how strong you are. But at the same time, there's no shame in handling things by yourself when you can.
I know, but it's just hard to admit sometimes, I've always thought I needed to handle everything on my own. But now I'm not so sure. Maybe I need to change the way I think about things.
You'll figure it out, I'm sure. Everyone has to learn to balance independence with knowing when to ask for help. It's not easy, but it's something you'll get the hang of.
Thanks for saying that, Mike. Honestly, you're always there when I need someone. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You really think I'm that nice, huh?
What do you mean?
Come on, I'm not this nice to everyone, right?
I mean, no, I guess not. But still, we've known each other since we were kids, so you're always there for me when I need it. You're just dependable.
Well, that's true, but I'm not going around helping just anyone, Don't get the wrong idea.
What are you saying, Mike?
I'm saying that I've always cared about you, more than just as a friend. You're not just some childhood friend to me. I've liked you for a long time, and it's not just because of the whole helping each other out thing.
Wait, what? You're saying you like me?
Yeah. I've been thinking about you like that for years. I didn't want to tell you before because I thought you'd avoid me if I did.
You've liked me for that long?
Yeah, ever since high school at least, maybe even longer.
But why didn't you ever say anything? You could have told me a long time ago.
I was afraid you'd turn me away. I saw you pushing that other student away when he confessed to you. I didn't want to risk the same thing happening to me. I didn't want to ruin our friendship by bringing up something that could mess everything up.
I didn't think you felt this way.
I know it's a lot to take in, but now that it's out there, I want you to know. I've been thinking about this for so long, and I didn't want to keep it a secret anymore.
So you're saying that everything you did for me, protecting me and helping me, was because you liked me all along?
Yeah. Every time I've stepped in to help, it wasn't just because I'm your friend. I wanted to make sure you were okay because I care about you. I've cared about you for years, and even now I still do.
Mike, I didn't know. I guess I've lost. You really have been persistent, haven't you?
Well, it's about time, don't you think?
I guess so. But don't go thinking you can just get away with everything because of this, all right?
That's exactly what I'm hoping for. I'm glad you're finally seeing things my way.
Max has been taken back to his parents' home, and his life is now one where he is under complete and strict control. The freedom he once had has been completely restricted, and he's unable to make any decisions for himself. His parents are enforcing a strict regimen, making sure he adheres to their rules, and there's little room for any form of independence. It seems like everything is tightly monitored, from his daily activities to his interactions with the outside world. His behavior, habits, and choices are being constantly scrutinized, and he's living in a state of extreme limitation, unable to live the life he might have hoped for. The reason for his situation stems from the debt he's accumulated due to the compensation and medical costs associated with the disability he caused me. The financial burden has been overwhelming, and he has had to resort to borrowing money to meet the payments, creating a cycle of debt that's become increasingly difficult to escape. It's not just a monetary issue, it's also affected his sense of self, and his dependence on his parents' support has deepened in the process. In this environment, he's unable to make any decisions on his own or escape the control that his parents, particularly his father-in-law, have placed on him. His freedom, which he once took for granted, has now been replaced by a strict, suffocating routine that limits his movements and choices. Max is now in a position where he is essentially a prisoner in his own life, bound by the debts he's incurred and the rigid expectations of his family. The weight of his actions has led him down this path, and the consequences of his past choices are now fully realized. It's not just the financial strain that's affecting him, but also the emotional toll of being under constant surveillance and control, never able to act freely. This is the reality that Max must live with, and it's become clear that he's unable to break free from the situation he's in. The life he's now leading is a far cry from the independence and freedom he once enjoyed. Riley, upon hearing about Max's current situation, expressed genuine concern for me. She reached out to offer her support and let me know that she was worried about how I was handling everything. It was evident that she had been reflecting on the situation, and hearing about Max's plight made her think about how things were affecting me as well. Her concern felt sincere, and it was a reminder that even amidst all the chaos and challenges, there are still people who care about my well-being. Riley's empathy was touching, especially considering the complicated nature of our relationship. Despite everything that had happened, she was still thinking of me and wanted to make sure I was okay. It showed a side of her that I hadn't seen before, a side that wasn't influenced by past grievances or the bitterness that had clouded our earlier interactions. It wasn't easy for me to open up to her, but in that moment, I appreciated her reaching out. It wasn't just about Max's situation, it was about me, and her concern felt like a reminder that there were still some bridges to rebuild, and some things to mend. After talking with Riley, she took the time to apologize again for the things she had done. This time, her apology felt more genuine, and I could see that she truly understood the pain and damage her actions had caused. It wasn't just a simple apology, it was an acknowledgement of the hurt she'd inflicted and the recognition of the impact her behavior had on my life. She had taken responsibility for her role in everything, and that meant something to me. I could see the remorse in her eyes, and it gave me the space to reconsider how I felt about her. After a lot of thought, I decided that I would forgive her. It wasn't an easy decision, and it took time for me to come to this conclusion, but I realized that forgiveness was something I needed to give, not just for her, but for myself as well. Holding on to anger and resentment wasn't helping me move forward, and while it wasn't a simple process, letting go of the past felt like a necessary step for my own peace of mind. Forgiveness isn't always easy, but it's sometimes the only way to heal, and I decided that this was the path I needed to take. It's true that Riley is still, in many ways, a victim of her circumstances. She too had been manipulated and deceived by Max, and in many ways she had been led down a path where she didn't have full control of her choices. It was clear that she had been misled and taken advantage of, and while her actions caused harm, I understood that she was not entirely to blame. Life is complicated, and sometimes people make mistakes based on their own vulnerabilities. Riley had been caught in a web of lies and deceit, and while it didn't excuse everything, it gave me a different perspective on her actions. And so, with a sense of closure, I decided to forgive Riley and allow her to move forward with her life, just as I was trying to do. I didn't want to carry any more resentment, and I believed that both of us could find a way to heal from everything that had happened. This wasn't about forgetting what had occurred, but about moving forward in a way that allowed us both to grow and leave the past behind. On a more personal note, I've also started a new chapter of my life with Mike. We've officially begun dating, and while it's still new and a bit strange for me, I'm willing to give it a chance. Honestly, I had never considered Mike in that way before. We had always been friends, and I had never thought of him romantically. It was hard to shift my perspective, and at first the idea of being with him felt unfamiliar. But as time has passed, I've started to see him in a new light, and I've begun to develop feelings for him. It's still a bit surreal for me, as I never imagined being in a relationship with Mike, but the more time we spend together, the more I find myself liking him. It's a slow process, and I'm not rushing into anything, but I feel a sense of hope that this might develop into something meaningful. He's someone I trust, and he's been supportive of me through everything that's happened. I think that's a good foundation for a relationship, and while it's still early, I'm open to seeing where it goes. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hey, Willow. I was wondering if we could talk about something for a few minutes. I'm getting kind of concerned about what's going on with you. So yesterday and today, it seems like you've been at home all day since I didn't see you leave the house. I'm just wondering what happened to you going to your job. I thought you liked that job. You haven't actually decided to quit another job again, have you? It just seems like only yesterday that you got that job. Excuse me? You messaged me, pretending that you're concerned, but you're really just asking about whether or not I still work? What the heck are you insinuating here, Lana? Well, I could be wrong, but I'm going off my observation of you in the last few days. Don't get me wrong, you have worked, but you've jumped around 5 companies already this year. Like, why are you doing something like that? Can't you settle down into one job at one company? I thought that you said that the connections were better this time. What you're talking about right now is none of your business, Lana. It's nothing to do with you. What does quitting my job have to do with you? I'm allowed to have my own freedom and do what I want in life. So why don't you just back off and leave me alone, you old hag? I don't want to hear this. I'm not trying to say anything in terms of how you should live your life. I'm just trying to show my concern. But, well, I should have known that you've already quit your new job. Willow, you're soon going to be turning 28 years old, so maybe you should stop trying to quit all your jobs and actually continue on working somewhere. You've got to think about what you're doing very carefully, okay? Neither I nor your father will be by your side forever. We can't afford to help you for the rest of your life. Okay, I don't get what you're trying to do here. What are you doing? Pretending to be my mother? Are you kidding me? You're not my real mother. Your words are so tiresome to hear. I don't get why you would say something like that to me. I've been looking after you for the past 20 years. It makes me so worried at how you're treating people. I'm also curious about what you're going to do with your life. You can't just stay at home from now on, okay? You're capable of working, Willow, okay? Oh my god, shut up. You're so annoying to deal with. You're seriously trying to pretend to be my mother, but you're really just an old and wrinkly stranger, okay? You're not my parent at all, and you never will be. I'm not going to do anything you say to me, and I want you to stop butting into my business. Stop interfering. There's no need for me to talk to someone like you. I don't need to rely on someone like you when I can do whatever I like with my life. But you impact what happens in our household. You live in this house, the house that I pay rent for. Don't you realize you're living off the money that I earn? You living like this, in our house, it isn't going to last forever, Willow. You're not a kid anymore. You're a full-grown adult that has responsibilities. Jeez, are you seriously trying to preach to me right now? This is such a stupid joke. You make me exhausted, Lana. You know, you're a terrible match for my father, and you shouldn't be around here anymore. It looks like my dad has already got a new partner hanging off his arm. You know, that would be better for everyone if you just disappeared, okay? I'm sick and tired of you complaining about me not having a job when I live here and can do whatever I like. Stop complaining about my decisions, Lana. Wait a minute. We need to rewind this conversation a bit. What was the first thing you said? What are you talking about? New partner? Are you kidding me? I'm not surprised that you haven't noticed what he's been doing because you're so self-absorbed. You're so stupid that you didn't notice what your own husband is up to. You know, I feel kind of sorry for you that you never suspected anything from him. I wouldn't want to become a person like you. Have you forgotten that you're being raised by people that you think that way about them, right? What is going on with your father? Because I don't know. You bringing it up doesn't help me. This is a matter between me and your father. It should be irrelevant to you, Willow. Our relationship doesn't involve your snooping. Of course it's related to me because it concerns my dad. But if dad has made the decision to not be with you and be with someone else, I have the ability to kick you out of the house. Are you being serious right now? You don't have any right to do that, okay? Do you think that you'll be able to kick me out of my own house? You really want to do that to me? Willow, the facts that remain around here is that you don't have a job and you're not taking any action to do anything. It's unbelievable that you're acting like this. How about you start facing reality for a moment and start striving for independence like the rest of the people that are your age, all right? Stop being like this, Willow. Don't you understand what I've been trying to tell you this entire time? I'm telling you what you're doing right now is very annoying, okay? This is why I hate old hags like you, Lana. Even though you've been taking care of me for over 20 years, the rent for this place is only $3,000 a month, so stop complaining. What the heck are you talking about right now, Willow? Don't you know how difficult it is to find $3,000 every month from an income? Well, I know the approximate cost from Dad. He told me about it. I'm tired of you being condescending towards me. You're not worth my time, Lana. All I want you to do right now is just disappear and leave me and my dad alone. You're just a stupid old hag, and you're worth nothing to us. Wow, I can't believe you had the audacity to go and say something like that to me. You're going to regret what you say, Willow. I thought we raised you better than this. I am so disappointed in how you're acting towards me right now. Anyways, the whole reason why I was messaging you is I recommend you finding a new job quickly. What do you think you're trying to do here, Carl? What is this whole $3,000 rent thing all about, huh? To be honest, I've reached my limit. I want answers, and I want them now. I was talking to Willow, and she turned around and said something about you having a new partner? What the heck is going on here, Carl? How is it that your own daughter is in the loop about knowing about the woman you're having an affair with? Did you seriously talk to her about this and not me?
Well, I might have mentioned some things to her, yes. And what of it, Lana? Am I not allowed to talk to Willow at all now or something?
Huh? What the heck are you talking about right now? Why must you act so defensive? Why are you beating around the bush about what you're doing?
Okay, I guess there's no need to hide what I wanted to hide anymore. I went to Willow because she's obviously a grown-up after all. I'm getting sick and tired of your condescending attitude lately. It's been bothering me so much recently, and I've had enough of it. I'm tired of you, and I think it's time to move on, huh?
Are you seriously dropping this bomb on me? We've been relying on each other for the past 20 years, and you just suddenly want to end it? Is this really how you want this to end? Why do you want this to happen? I'm so lost, and I don't understand your words right now. Shouldn't you at least show some sincerity?
What sincerity are you even talking about? Although you were the one paying the rent and everything. I've been with you, and you've been able to live with my family for 20 years. I don't know why you're sulking about all this and what's happening. You should be grateful that I kept you around for so long. 20 years is a long time, and it's enough time.
I should be grateful? Are you kidding me? That's probably not the right words to say in this moment, Carl. So you're seriously okay with this happening? Are you seriously planning to not discuss anything with me and just get rid of me altogether with your daughter now? Is this some sort of sick joke?
Why must you make things more difficult for me, Lana? You've been like this forever, and I'm sick of this. I should have got rid of you sooner. So just get out of here now, please.
Wow, you're just going to kick me out of your life just like that. This is absolutely ridiculous. So I guess it's okay if I stop paying the rent?
Do whatever you want to do now, Lana. I'm letting you off the leash. I guess you can try stopping paying for things, but that's all you're useful for.
Okay, well, I guess I understand. I suppose that's what I'll do. Just from hearing all this, I've totally fallen out of love with you, Carl. Wow, it's about time this happened. I heard what my dad did to you. You finally decided to leave then, huh? You've been such a nuisance up until now. It really is about time that you just disappear and get out of our lives once and for all. I'm actually really happy that this has finally happened. It's about time Dad got rid of you, Lana.
Goodbye, you piece of crap. I don't even remember causing any trouble for you and your father. I've always thought that I was taking good care of you, but in the end, this is what happened. I understand now that maybe a lot of this has been my fault. I'm sorry for that, but there's no need for you or your dad to treat me this way. It's not fair.
It's too late to apologize now. You're just being annoying. I feel like you saying that you took good care of me is a bit of an exaggeration. You really think highly of yourself, don't you? You're just acting all high and mighty just because you've been paying rent for 20 years, when really it's only just $3,000 a month. It's not that hard to do. Neither my father or I have any issues with the rent, so why don't you just stop paying it and leave us alone like you've been told to do?
If you really want me to do that, then I am more than happy to stop paying the rent. It'll mean I'll have the money to spend on myself and focus on myself.
Do you really think I care about you and what you do with that money? We really just want you out of our lives. You stopping is fine by us.
Okay, well, I'll check one last time, but are you sure that you and your father want all of this to happen? You really don't want me around? I'm deciding to break up with your father. I guess I also have no choice but to also cut him off financially and emotionally, which is going to be super difficult. I've been taking care of you for over 20 years, Willow. I didn't want to make you go through such a difficult time, since parents breaking up is hard on a child at any age. I really thought that I was encouraging you to become independent. Is that not a good thing?
What the heck is your deal, Lana? Why must you be so persistent all the time? I really don't need your so-called kind consideration. It's just pointless and tedious. It's a pain to have to deal with someone like you. I don't want you to ever get involved with me again. Don't show up to our place or in front of me ever again. You hear me? To be honest, I'm tired of you treating me like your daughter when you aren't my mother.
Okay, I get it. If you say so. I guess there's nothing more I can do here. Willow, you're now almost 28 and should be able to live on your own. I really hope that things go well for you and your father. I hope you both continue to get along and that you do your best in life. That's all I wish for you, Willow.
Even though you're telling me all these things, I've always been close to Dad, and you've never been anything to me. Just get out of here. We're so sick of your presence.
Okay, I'll do what you say now, Willow. I'm sorry for annoying you so much. I just cared about you, that's all. I guess I'll go now. Take care and good luck with everything.
Okay, we need to talk right now, Lana. I just received some strange document and I haven't got a clue what it is. Is it fine to just leave it alone? I also got a phone call and someone called that I wasn't expecting. Then the landlord came by the house. They haven't ever been here before, so what's going on?
What do you mean, what's going on? Why are you asking me that question when I don't have anything to do with you or your father anymore? What document are you talking about?
What on earth? How do you not know when I bet you're the one behind it all? I know you've been doing something, all right? The landlord asked us to leave the premises. Like, I have to move out? Is that what I should be doing? I mean, bills have been piling up lately, so I don't get what's happened. What are you doing, Lana? Haven't you been paying them properly?
I'm sorry, what did you just say to me? What the heck are you talking about? I left, remember? I told you that I'd be cutting you off financially because you said you'd be fine. Correct? We're strangers now, remember? Why should I have to pay a stranger's rent or anything like that? It wouldn't make much sense. What do you want?
Are you seriously kidding me right now? Is this some kind of a sick joke? What do you mean we're strangers and you're not going to pay for anything?
Have you forgotten that you and your father kicked me out of the house even though I've done so much for you both? It's already been a month since I left. For me, it's over. You're both nothing but strangers to me now, since that's what both of you wanted, to never hear from me again, yes? That's what you both said. I paid the bills for so long and had to work really hard while you jumped from one job to another. I'm done doing that for both of you, so of course I'm not helping you out anymore.
Excuse me? What did you just say? Just hang on a minute, all right? But I don't understand. Who's going to pay for the rent and the bills now? Are you seriously asking me that question, Willow? How about you actually use your brain and think about it? Either you or your father should be parting out for rent and everything, yeah? You and your father are the ones that are living in that house, are you not? There's no need to ask me about that when I'm not living there anymore. Actually, now that I think about it some more, you were the ones that told me to stop paying for the expenses, so I did. So why are you saying something that doesn't make sense now? No. Okay, yes, you're right that we did say that to you, but it was only so that we could get rid of you, and we didn't think about the other bills that are involved. I thought you only paid the $3,000 for rent. When you talk about that $3,000 that went towards the rent, I think you weren't really listening to me, and that caused some misunderstandings. Huh? What's that supposed to mean, Lana? What do you mean by misunderstanding? How is it that I could possibly misunderstand the amount you paid? Well, first of all, I don't know who said something so random about what I pay for. There's no way that a large house in New York City is $3,000 a month. This is one of the most expensive states in the entire country. Don't you know that? I've been paying way more for rent and other expenses involved with the house. So recently I changed the account of where the money came out of to your father's account. As a result, the withdrawal couldn't be made and the landlord came, yeah? Look, I've already explained most of the situation to your father. It's on both of you if you don't understand the process. I wouldn't be surprised if you both get kicked out soon. Did you seriously say that we could get kicked out of our own house? Are you seriously kidding me right now? I had no idea that the rent wasn't $3,000. How much is it then? How about you go ahead and check it out for yourself? Go and ask your father. I'm sure he'll tell you the real price. For a 3-bedroom, it costs almost $7,000 a month. Surely you can't afford to pay the rent on the salary you earn, right, Willow? Oh, wait, I forgot. You don't have a job. You definitely can't pay that amount. Oh, shut up, you evil old cow. You've set us up to fail. How dare you say something like that to me? You can't just say that kind of crap to me. I didn't know the rent was that much, but I honestly expected that Dad could pay for the rent since he's the parent in this situation. Up until now, it was Daddy who was providing for us. Huh, really? It is so nasty when you call him Daddy because I know that's when you want something. You wanted to be spoiled. Nothing's changed with you, Willow. It's such a shame that things have turned out this way for you. I thought that you would have grown up more kind and compassionate of other people, but I guess not. But I should have known that you were going to turn out like a spoiled brat because your father was the one that let you get away with everything. What the heck is wrong with you, Lana? How dare you say something like that towards me? I'm not spoiled. What are you talking about? My father has been there for me. That's all. Well, that's very much a lie, and you know it. He gave you anything you wanted, even when you didn't deserve it. You never learned from the lessons I tried to teach you. I'm telling you now that your father never had that kind of financial means. I was the one who was earning a good living, and that you were able to have what you did growing up. He can't even pay the rent. I've been the one who has been supporting you up until now. It was always me that was earning the money and working hard for this family. But you never learned from the money that your dad and I gave you. You only used that money for your own entertainment rather than save it like normal people. Huh? What the heck is that supposed to mean? I know how to save too. Look, Dad still works. Yes, he must be if he was able to pay for my college tuition, as it was very expensive. I'm also planning to go back so that I can specialize in the field that I majored in. He's going to give me that money as well, right? He's already paid the admission fee, correct? Well, I don't know where you got the idea that your father has been paying for all that. He's obviously lying to you because I'm the one that paid for your education. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Rewind that just for a second. Did you just say what I think you said? It wasn't my dad that was paying for my schooling? That was you, too? Why didn't you say anything? Well, you did mention that you wanted to go back to school to get more qualifications while also working as well. Didn't you know I was listening to you when you said that? I decided to submit an application to the school that you wanted to go to, and I forked out the money to pay for the fees as well. I wanted to support you in that as well. But then you thought it would be funny to go and waste all that money and work. Not only did you not study, you even quit your job. Good thing I made a proper IOU. Huh? An IOU? What are you talking about? I reckon you're lying about paying for all of that so you can get back at us for what we did to you. Isn't that right, Lana? The whole reason that you wanted to go to a school to specialize in something was because you didn't want to work in the first place, but you ruined that chance too.
Now I know what kind of person you really are, Willow. You waste people's effort and money into you. How could you do that to someone, huh? I've tried to look after you for 20 years, and I knew that deep down you didn't care for me, which is sad. Between a mother and a daughter, it shouldn't be that way. Don't you remember that I was going to get my money back when I sent you to college, Willow? That money was a loan. It wasn't something to keep, okay?
Come to think of it, you might have said something along those lines, but I didn't think that things were going to happen, so I shouldn't have to. It's not fair.
Well, at that time, you said you could pay it back if you started working right away, and that you'd have no problem getting it back to me, my dear. But in the end, you've been jumping from one company to another, not really doing much, and just quit when it got too hard. You've barely worked, Willow. You didn't pay me back, and all of a sudden you just started hating on me even though I've done a lot for you. It hurts so much to hear so many horrible things from you. You've made so many derogatory remarks and ended up telling me about your cheating scumbag of a father. I felt so humiliated by both of you. You kicked me out of the house, yes? You remember that both of you didn't want me there, right? So what's your point in whining to me now, huh? Are you expecting me to pay for your expenses and the rent? Are you kidding me? What a terrible joke. If anything, I'm the one who should be getting money back. Wherever you live, you need to take responsibility for where you live and the lifestyle you lead. And if you and your father can't do that, then you should leave the house. There's no way that I would help either of you out now since I was shoved out of this family like some kind of good-for-nothing street rat. Pay for things yourself, Willow.
Are you seriously saying these things right now? Why are you so angry about this for? I didn't have a clue what you were doing for my dad and I. I didn't know about how much the tuition fees were, so it's not my fault that I haven't paid it off. Even though you're telling me to pay up now, it would be impossible to do so.
Okay, how would it be impossible, Willow, when you're more than capable of earning a good living while also paying me back what is owed to me? It's your fault, so it's your responsibility to take on these challenges. It actually might teach you a lesson, actually. You can learn to budget and take action on things yourself. What you and your father are dealing with has got nothing to do with me anymore. What you deal with is none of my business at all, and I don't want it to be my business. All I want you to do as a good citizen is give me back the money I paid for your tuition. You dropped out, so I think it's only fair that you give it back to me, Willow. Now that you understand that, I think it's about time that you stop moaning and groaning about your situation and get out into the world and find a job you can do. You obviously had no intention of continuing on your education. You were pulling my leg, weren't you? You like to waste people's money and time, don't you?
That's not even remotely true. How dare you say something like that about me? I do my best. I just don't know what I'm doing with my life yet. What's the problem with that? Besides, I was actually planning to go back to school. I was planning on studying when the academic year started. Can't you just give me the benefit of the doubt?
I see what you're trying to say. Then you really should start looking for a job yourself so that you can do that. Why don't you go back to school when you can afford it yourself? Because you don't need your ex-stepmother, who's just a stranger to you, paying for your college tuition, okay? I'm basically saying there's no way I'm forking out money for you anymore.
Just wait a minute, okay, Lana? I just need you to clarify things for me because this whole situation is really confusing to me. You're actually not going to help me out even though I've known you for 20 years? You're just going to not help us out anymore? It was truly you who paid the rent, yes? It wasn't Dad at all? Why would you do this to us? Is this all because we kicked you out? It's not like I truly meant what I said to you, okay? I wasn't being serious. Please, just help us pay for things again, okay?
Are you actually asking me these questions? What are you going to achieve by asking this of me, Willow? You really have a lot to learn about how others should be treated. Even if you continue to ask me and beg me for more money to keep you afloat, I'm not going to give a single cent to you, Willow. I don't believe there's any point to this anymore. Ask your dad. I'm sure that you both trust each other enough that all the truth will come out eventually. Look, I am so done with you treating me like a bank, Willow. I'm not dealing with your antics anymore. I'm not blind to your fake kindness anymore. I don't want to hear from you, so please don't contact me anymore. Also, I've changed all my bank accounts so that all the mail for that has changed to another address. So now I've got no association with that home address anymore.
Stop! That's enough of that kind of talk. This isn't fair. How could you do something like this to me, the only kid you've ever had?
You are no daughter of mine. You're the spitting image and personality of your father, and I'm sure you'll both end up in the same position now, spoiled and in debt.
Okay, that's enough. How dare you say something like that about me and Dad? I thought you actually cared about us. I was stupid to rely on someone like you. I'm going to ask Dad for all the information so that I actually know whether or not what you've been saying is true or not. I want to be sure about it all.
Okay, well, feel free to do that, but I'm sure that there'll be a bunch of lies. I don't want you coming back at me shouting and all that sort of crap. I'm done with all of this. I was your stepmother for a long time, but you and your father have been so difficult to deal with since you've become an adult. I am exhausted and want to move on with my life.
You stupid old hag. You're just abandoning us when times get tough. How dare you do something like that? Are you seriously wanting us to be kicked to the streets of New York City? Don't you realize how dangerous it would be for us on the streets? How can you not help someone in need of money? You're such a selfish old cow that doesn't deserve anything nice in life. Don't you dare talk to me like that. You and your father started it by treating me like crap, him cheating on me, you being a little cow towards me and using me as your bank account. If you even think about approaching me ever again, I'll tell the authorities and I'll get a restraining order against you and your father. I shouldn't have to deal with this abuse. You're not getting any of your filthy hands on my money anymore. I am not your bank, I'm a human being. Leave me alone to live my life. I'm blocking you now, and you are both total strangers to me now. Lana was initially worried about Willow, as she always thought she was so cute as a child, but also had a very selfish side to her. She thought that it was better to stay away from both Willow and Carl, especially after he had cheated on her. She knew she was better off far away, as she didn't want to get involved with their lives and cut off contact from Willow and her father. Apparently, her ex-husband disappeared after that whole conversation with his daughter went down. He was drowning in debt that he couldn't get out of, no matter what he tried to do. It seems that Willow is somehow managing to live on her own without her father. If nothing like that had happened in the end, maybe she would have had a better future. She could have done anything in her future, but it might not be that way. What's important is that when a person does wrong, they try to make up for their mistakes and improve their life. Lana's still supporting her from the bottom of her heart. She enjoys living her own life and wants to do so many more fun things in the future. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.